Hello my friends, welcome back to Bath Time with Brielle. This bath is brought to you by Lush as always, and today we have a bath bomb called Goddess, which is super cool. I think it's supposed to look like a galaxy. It has like glitter and stuff inside, and this bath bomb is made from my sweat and tears. Tonight's episode is on self-care and how we deal with our feelings. Feelings are hard. First question, how do you handle the stress of living in New York City? I don't. It's kind of funny because when I was 15 I came to visit New York and I hated it. I came with my mom and I didn't want to go into the subway. I thought it was like super dirty and there were so many people. If you don't know me, I'm a horse girl, like definite horse girl, like not a pretend horse girl, but I fuck with horses. I don't fuck horses, I fuck with the horses. But I've been riding for a long time and I love being just out in nature on a trail ride. Like that's my complete happy spot. So dealing with New York where there's like tons of crowds always and it smells and people are rude and it's just like constant chaos all the time, it can be tough. So how do I handle it all? I definitely think it's a balance. I'm truly a homebody, like it's hard to get me out of my house unless you like explicitly invite me somewhere. So right now I've been sewing a lot, I'm like fucking obsessed. I've been just sewing a whole bunch of HOE outfits and it's super fun, it's super fulfilling, and it calms me. I also like to knit, I like to draw, I like to watch documentaries on Netflix. I also love going out with my friends, whether we're grabbing dinner or drinks. Also when I'm out walking, sometimes I'm listening to like a Deepak Chopra meditation. He has some good ones on Apple Music. Yeah, I like Apple Music. Shut up you Spotify losers. Having the audio of a meditation while you're on the subway is like perfect for calming yourself down. So yeah, I guess basically like to handle the stress I just make art and crafts and hang out with my friends. Also, drugs and alcohol help a lot. Just kidding, Mom. Next question. How long have you been practicing yoga? I've been practicing yoga for like 5 or 6 years, I think. I got my 200-hour teaching certification like 3 years ago. I don't know, time is weird. I don't know the time, but I practice yoga. If you're someone who just like can't seem to stop the chatter in your mind, or you feel highly stressed, or you want to start working out but you really don't know how to get into it, just go to a yoga class. I think some people see yoga as this like westernized white girl yoga pants iced latte shit, but it was created in India. So something really important to me when I'm looking at a yoga studio is like seeing if the instructors are diverse. I just love it. Next question. What are some ways to start a meditation practice? Let me tell you, there's an app for that. My favorite meditation app right now is called Mindful, but a lot of people use Headspace. And if you're not into apps, there's so much audio out there that you could find. When I first started meditating, I used a lot of Deepak Chopra's audio, but it really matters like whose voice you find relaxing, like whose voice isn't going to distract you. I suggest starting in like 10 to 15 increments and then working your way up to like 30 minutes. Making sure you have like a nice, quiet, comfortable space is really important. I think one of the most important things to me is to not put a whole bunch of pressure on yourself. Know that it's going to take time to get used to meditation. Know that every day might have its own challenges. It takes practice, like learning how to play an instrument. Learning how to quiet your mind definitely is like a muscle you have to work. So just be patient with yourself and find either an app that works for you or audio on YouTube. You could even find your own community of people for live sessions of meditation. You just have to start, and from there you'll figure out what works for you. Next question. What's your biggest weakness? Damn, okay. I'm gonna have to go with liking emotionally unavailable men. I don't know. I'd say a big weakness for me is my self-esteem. I struggle with like that a lot. Like it's a daily practice for me to have confidence. So yeah, self-esteem. I'm working on it. Next question. You always seem so happy and giggly. What's your secret? I've just learned how to like bury everything deep, deep down inside. One of my favorite quotes, which I do have tattooed on my body, is, "The universe will correspond to the nature of your song." And that basically means like if you have good high vibrations, then good things will happen to you. And if you're, angry or frustrated, then life is going to seem a lot more frustrating. But my biggest thing from when I wake up to when I fall asleep is just trying to maintain high vibrations. I mean, it's science, like everything is vibration. The entire way we interact with the world, entirely vibration, all of our senses. If you learned anything about atomic structures in school, then you'll remember that everything is vibration. So wouldn't it make sense that our thoughts also carry vibration? So a trick I've learned along my self-care journey is when a bad thought or like a bad story I'm telling myself in my head occurs, I just turn that thought off by thinking about an alternative, happy, positive thought. It's kind of funny, but a lot of times I think of my dog's belly and her little feetsies because they're so pink and little cute and she's so little. But yeah, right there, it took me like out of what I was thinking, and it just makes me feel so good to think about how cute my dog is. So if you're ever stuck in a negative thought pattern, the easiest thing to do than telling yourself, oh, I wish I wasn't thinking about this, I need to stop thinking about this, because you're only trying to fight it, and what you fight will persist. So try to think about something that makes you feel good. It could really be anything, like it could be a person, it could be an animal, it could be a specific memory. Some books I would encourage you to read that have really helped me along the way are Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth, anything by Alan Watts. I don't know if Abraham Hicks has any books, but I'll link you to some of my favorite YouTube videos of hers. But I'm not a therapist, it's not nearly as easy as it sounds to just be happy, but that's the main trick I use for myself. If I'm forgetting anything, I'll just link below, because I'm sure I am. By the way, this bath is awesome. It's my favorite color, which is lavender, and I just feel happy. I don't think there's been one Lush Balm that I haven't liked. I don't know if that's possible, but this one I like very much. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish everyone love, knowingness, and bliss. Namaste.